The unthinkable has happened. The interest rate decreases might have actually changed something, Mark.
It might have. The biggest thing, um, if we see consistency over the next 2 months, October, November, then I'm going to say, yeah, if we got 3 months in, yeah. So we want people to stick around because we're going to go over what happened in September. And we
September numbers in Barrie is what we're going to cover in this video.
right. And we're going to go through where the sales happened, where the inventory is today, and what we're seeing. So, you know, maybe we're on to something new. And then I wouldn't mind going also showing the audience going back how many quarters this year, because there hasn't been many that are actually positive. So bring up the numbers, walk them through it, then we can kind of see where this goes.
Okay. So September, 173 sales this year, 165 last year. We're up 4.5%.
Okay.
Hallelujah.
That's a shock.
Shocking.
I was expecting a decrease.
The market seems slow.
The market seems slow. Before we go in, let's just go because before we go any further. So the only months that we've seen an increase in sales was in January, February,
And March.
March, marginal, and then
March
everywhere.
marginally too.
Right,
224,
right.
230.
So 4 months out of nine. Now we're into 10, right? And when we look at these decreases, they were some were, some of them were pretty hefty, right? Like look
Yeah.
at June. Ooh, didn't expect to see that negative number in June. So maybe this is a start of a trend, right?
It would be
Our
nice.
it would be nice. And
So, but the other alarming stat is actives are 657 last year, and now we're at 827.
right.
So we're up 21% in inventory numbers.
So it's safe to say that buyers have a bit more choice than they did last year.
Right. But also, Mark, we've seen a 4 month decrease. June 30, we had 36% more. July 34% more. August 27% more. September 21% more.
Yeah, well, they're still double
And
digit.
year to date is coming down too. It was 7.6
Yeah,
negative, then 7, now 6.
right.
So by
E
the end of the year, are we going to catch up?
We may be flat on transactions, so I think that would be a big win if that's the case, right? But I'm
Yeah.
still concerned in that people need to pay attention to this. Is this large inventory number compared to where we were last year,
Yeah, that's horrible.
right? And we know, and we know that we're going to go through the inventory where the bulk of it is, and we'll talk about some of those ranges. But you know, um, I did a transaction over the weekend, and it was a longer closing date. I'm going, well, what the house is vacant? Why are we at a December 16th closing date? Well, first time home buyers want to take advantage of that 30-year amortization, comes in effect on December 14th. Okay. So in saying that, they're going to save $300 a month by going this 30-year. Also, that's a plus to the buyers, and we're going to probably have a cut or two. And remind me in the middle of this, make sure we Google when the next rate announcements are. I
I
think
thought
that's
it
it.
was October 14th.
That's one, but I think there's going to be, I wouldn't mind seeing what else is going on the go. We don't need to do it now, but I think it's important because, I just don't, you know, um, I think it's positive. We're in a positive month. Let's see what October brings. But anyway, sorry for interruption.
That's all right. Here's the breakdown. So
So,
between 5 and 600, 14, 10 last year, 28.6% increase, 21 actives.
yeah, and it's
So
still low,
that's
right? There's call
that's
it a,
only a little over a month's supply.
yeah, I know nothing, and there's just
Six
not,
to seven, 71 actives, 40 sold. So
right.
that's only 2 months supply, not even.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
35 sales last year, so 12.5 increase.
right.
7 to 8, 36. Last year, 26, up 28%.
Yeah, look at the numbers though, right?
Active 141.
All right, so let's just hang on one second.
That's like 5 months of inventory, is it not?
Well, how many sales? Well, let's just see. Oh, shoot.
It's less, 4 months.
One second.
Yeah, it's about 4 months of inventory, which is a balanced market.
Yeah, it is in that range because only 25% of that inventory is selling in that range. And we've been noticing that range has been really picking up in inventory levels
Yeah.
last couple of months. That's been a huge range where their inventory is starting to balloon. So we're seeing a quarter of the inventory selling. There's still opportunity in that price range that people should, if they are listed, should possibly look what's going on in that range. We know what's going on. Are you priced properly? How do we compare to what's sold? So there's lots of things sellers should be still looking at. Sorry.
9 to 1 million, 14 this year, 18 last year, 22% decrease.
Okay, you skip 8 to 9.
Hmm?
Did you do 8 to 9?
I just did.
Okay, I thought you were over 1 million. Okay.
No, 8 to 9. I already said that. There was 33, 22 last year, 33% increase, and there's 3 months of inventory there,
Yeah.
which is still 3 months is considered more of a seller's market still. 4 months is balanced. I looked this up, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, we know.
9 to 1 million, 14 this year, 18 last year. That's a 22% decrease and 91 actives.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
still have the same problem over 1 million, 18, 20 last year, 10%, 183 listings.
Right. And those are categories. When we look at the 9 to 1 million range, only 15% of the inventory is selling. When we look at over 1 million and over, it's even worse. 9% of the 9.8, so just around a 10% of that is selling.
And it's
That's
almost a year's worth of inventory.
correct. And we've consistently seen that number really has over the months that has consistently gone up every
Yeah.
month, every
Yeah.
month. Right. We've been seeing it. And and typically that's what we see 10 to 12% of that inventory selling in that range. And there's so much inventory in that range. It's going to be interesting. Like
But you know what I see this is? These numbers here, these are first-time home buyers.
wow, I can't say they're all.
No, but they're people, and these are not all. Okay, when you start out, you're in the lower price range. You sell and you move, in general, you move up. Okay, you go to a higher price house because you get equity in these houses here.
Correct.
So, like agents that I've talked to lately, um, and deals they're doing, years first time home buyer. Okay, couple of the ones that I've also been dealing with is people that are moving up, where they're selling there's between 7 and 800,000, and they're going into the 8 and 9s. They
Yeah, they
had
can.
another kid, they did this, they did that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it seems like people are starting to feel a little more comfortable making the move now, where 2 months ago they weren't.
Yeah, well, I agree to some part of it, and I think if we see more consistency in those numbers, then yeah. And I do think some people are coming back for sure. I agree with you that some people are coming back. I just don't support the idea that it's everybody coming back and they're all
Oh,
first time,
everybody, I didn't say everybody's coming back.
right? But
There's people there now that are starting to feel a little bit more comfortable, and I've been doing showings and stuff, and the agents are, I had one agent call me today that was doing a multiple offers, like a low price,
right,
asking me if I was going to put in an offer because she's got none.
right,
But then I have other agents of other showings where I talk to about their properties, and they've had other offers that were lower.
right.
So a lot of these properties that you're looking at, saying it's been on the market for 4 months with nothing. They Not all of them have had nothing. A
Oh,
lot of them I've talked to, they actually had stuff, but it was a lot lower than their client wanted.
right,
But they've had offers on them.
right. Hey, there's always going to be sellers like that, right? That want a certain number or just, and and I'm a big believer is pricing it for the market. And if I had a property and I was selling my own property and I'm priced right and the offer is too low, sorry, I'm not taking it either. But when I'd be really concerned about is if I had a property in this, this 9 and $1 million and over range and looking at the inventory levels, then I'd be really concerned of my price properly from the get-go. Example, so that one on Balmoral sold conditionally, I haven't seen it firm up yet. He was priced right. Within 3 days, he got an offer and he was in this range, 900K and $1
Yeah.
million and over, because it was priced for the market. He's
Yeah.
not a 1.1. He's not $1 million. So, and we've been seeing that consistently. So I just think people need to really evaluate it.
Well,
And we're not
you know what I would say too? From a lot of these agents I've been talking to, the client's not even motivated to sell.
100%.
If they can get their number, they'll
The
sell. If
inventory
not,
level.
they'll stay here.
Right. So why list it? Why list
That's
it?
my thing.
Why even?
If you're not really seriously interested in selling, putting it on the market when we've had the highest inventory level in 25 years isn't a great idea.
It's a terrible idea. Nothing's going to happen. It
No.
sits and sits. When I was going to the gym today, I saw that one on the corner of Passport and Arda. I think he started up at 7. I don't know what he's listed now. I just stopped looking at it. But it's a townhouse. Yeah, it might be a 650 to 675. Last time it was high sevens. Not going anywhere. Still listed there.
Yeah.
So wasting time. But
Like, well, if you're not actually motivated to do anything, this isn't the market to test it out.
this isn't a test out and see if I get my number. Sorry. I don't do business that way.
Well,
It's
there's
just
too many listings out there and it makes no sense. You might as well not list it then.
I agree. Don't list it, right? There's still some choices. And then let's see, really we're closing out 2024, we're in the home stretch in a sense. We got 6 more weeks to sell, right? Before we're into different weather changes, Christmas parties, recitals, get-togethers, Christmas time. Then it really, it's almost non-existent for a month almost. And then people
Mhm.
start looking back. Will we see? Because typically, if we look back on the charts, January, February, and March were over transactions over last year, and it's typically we see because due to a lot of people come back to the market. They see some not much inventories on, and then they come and they say, "Oh my God, I need to get back in because I was looking at this house and it sold like 20,000 over list price. I need to jump in." And we all had those clients like that, right? And
Mhm.
then we saw after March, inventory really came in and things went down in a sense, transactions. Prices, I still think we're 1 to 2% off of last year's, depending on the neighborhood. But, by looking at the transactions, I think overall could be a stronger year if properties were priced accordingly for today's market, not 2022's market. Why don't you Google see when the next rate hike, next announcement is for the rest of the year? I wouldn't mind seeing too, because you know probably sentiment has changed a bit. People probably have felt better. We're seeing it, so I'm seeing to see if that buyer is going to go. Okay, I'm going to wait and see how this rest. And there will be some, as we know, will sit out and say, "I'm going to see what the." I think there's 2 more announcements, I believe. Then the new year, the crunch could be on. But do you think it's wise for sellers to get very cocky right now and say, "Well, there's gonna be all kinds of demand"? I don't think that's there yet.
I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing. Like one of them that I was going to show tomorrow, just got an offer last night, conditional. So
Yeah, yeah. Well,
hold on, let me. I mean, I think I think the sentiment is changing a little bit.
a little bit. Yeah, yeah. Just people don't get overconfident yet, but yeah, it is a little bit.
I still don't think people are going to get the price they want.
Not if it's not. Hey, they are if they're priced accordingly. Yes, they will. But if they're not priced accordingly, you're right. They're not going to get it. right? So October 23rd. Okay.
and December 11th.
14th. Okay. So we got two more. So let's see. There's two more to go. So let's
I
see what
heard they're going to go with 0.5 in
I've been
October.
hearing that. People have been saying that too. Yeah, people are thinking that. You know, you think about it, these people with variable mortgage products right now, I can tell you they're feeling a little bit of relief. Not a ton, but they're
I
feeling a little
have
bit.
I have variable and come on baby, let's keep going down.
100%. You and 10 million other people, right?
It's been killing me. It's
Thing.
horrible.
It's horrible. It's horrible. I had dinner with some friends last evening, and this one girl was just sold her property in GTA market, and it's just killing me basically, right? I mean, the mortgage rate, she was in a variable product, and we all know what happens. She reacted quickly and got out and downsized. Right thing to do. So, let's see how the rest of the year. How's the Tommy texting going?
The what?
I can see you texting.
Yeah, because you know what? I'm lowering the price right now on something.
No, that's a good thing. Your window is short, so look at the inventory levels. They're there. I think we covered off some good things.
We did, and I think we were shocked.
Yes, I was shocked. I didn't expect to see that. So, because it's
It
still
seems it seems like to us when we're doing it every day, and I think part of the problem is we keep seeing this big influx of listings, right?
we do. We do.
And the
Yeah.
inventory did go up. So it doesn't, for us, it doesn't seem like it's selling more because we just keep seeing more and more friggin'
Right.
listings. But
Yeah.
obviously they have been.
Some. Yeah. And like you said, how many times have we seen when things are priced properly, there's an offer on a couple days.
Jessica sold in one day.
That's right. Right. And she was going to do a different strategy. And she goes, and obviously she didn't. She just priced it where it needed to be. That's the right price for the home.
Well, she gave the client two options, right? And I think that's the thing. As an agent, we're not always making the decision. You give them their options and say, what like how what what way are you
Right.
most comfortable with?
Right.
Some people aren't comfortable with the pricing really, really low. And then what if they
No,
don't get it?
that's it. That's the problem,
The
right?
one at Country Lane just called me this morning and asked me if I'm putting an offer in.
He's got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Or the expect nothing. And that's the thing. So anyway, interesting. So folks, anyone wants some information in Barrie Real Estate Market, Simcoe County, reach out to Dan and myself and
Hit
follow
the like and subscribe.
for more
And
information on them.
we're gonna do Innisfil.
Yeah, we'll do that too.
Yeah, we'll do an Innisfil stat one too.
Okay. See
Okay,
ya.
see ya.